Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with another War Commander video. This one is on the Sector Breach, and I'd like to point out that this is the most difficult event in War Commander, in my opinion. Um, so you're not always going to have a perfect run. There's a lot of RNG involved here, depending on how you deploy your units. Um, Timing is everything. You have to be quick about it. This is the Conqueror set, and this is the more difficult one out of the two. Um, the number one base for the Conqueror set has that bastion on there, and that's what I just took out. I also took out, there was a Bayrak there, and I also took out uh, the building that was producing units, um, the barracks right there. So you want to try to distract from those remaining um, bunkers that are there. So I drop my mercs there. Actually, I only have 17 mercs because I have too many hero mercs in there, and I should get rid of my hero mercs. I hate to do that, so I'll probably get rid of them here shortly because they're kind of preventing me from having enough mercs to drop. Remember, the mercs aren't doing much damage, if any. They're getting one shot as soon as they landed, but they are distracting whatever's in the bunkers from shooting you. They're shooting the closest thing, which is going to be those mercs. If all goes well, that should be free repair on the Conqueror 1 base. Now, by the way, I want to say the Conqueror 1 base is, because of that bastion, one of the more difficult Conqueror bases. So that should give you hope there. But keep in mind, this is the hardest event. So don't think that you're going to do this event easily. All my units are maxed, and I've got this down to, you know, deploying everything very quickly and in a specific order. So if you have to watch the video a couple times to see what that order is, then go ahead, feel free to do that. On this second base, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Um, I'm just going to deploy everything, and and then I'm going to drop the mercs. My reason for doing this is that the bunkers are further in, and I want to wait for my units to kind of get in there, and I don't want the mercs to run out before the bunkers are all dead. So I want the mercs to be in there distracting while I'm killing the bunkers. Keep in mind that your lightbringers from level 1 have the busted status, but your Spartans do not. So what you're going to probably want to do is, and see what I did is I had my John in my first platoon, and then all the other platoons just have a Spartan and a regular Lightbringer. My number 2 platoon also has the brother Lumina in there, and then sometimes I'll use him. If my John takes too much damage, I'll retreat John and bring in brother Lumina. I usually do that on the third base because the third base does a lot of damage to my John, um, taking out the defending units at the very beginning. And so you will see here, um, and like I said, in between bases, I'm not showing you that part, but in between bases, you go back, you build your mercenaries, you go back, you recharge your tactics with John or Lumina if you use them, and so that takes a few minutes, and then you have to move your platoons and so forth. So for the third base, just to keep things simple, I bring in John, I turn off Ruby, I take out the defending units, And usually, John takes about 5.5 minutes worth of damage, so he's not free repair. In this particular case, he was free repair. Um, and my brother Lumina, which never gets hardly any damage, he takes some damage. So he's like a few minutes. And like I said, it's going to be different on every attack. It's basically um, RNG heavy because there's so many things happening, and the place where your units deploy is not always the same. It's kind of varied. There's like a couple of places where they can deploy, and if they deploy too close, they're going to take a little bit more damage if they deploy farther away. And also, how quickly can you get everything out? What I'm doing here is I'm just getting rid of my hero because you can't destroy them. You have to actually deploy them. So I'm going to get rid of them. Pardon me, and that will help me in my future attacks because I'll have more room for more mercs. And then every merc extra adds a little bit more time for my guys to come in and do some damage. And remember, uh, if you see the tech center and if you see the um, academy, which I think I forgot to target there in that third base, that's probably why I took damage. You're supposed to target the academy and the tech center with one of the light bringers. And I haven't checked that. Maybe Brother Lumina doesn't have the busted status. I'll have to look into that to see if he doesn't have the busted status because he took, I think, 6.5 minutes worth of damage or something. But keep in mind, while you are repairing, you also have to wait. You see, I'm waiting for John to recover his tactics. So in between each base, you're going to have a couple of minutes, even if you don't take any damage. So hope this was helpful. Have a good one out there. Good luck, guys.